Hello guys, I'm your friend Swati. Welcome to my channel Minimize Book. Here you can listen and share the best book summaries. In this video, we will listen 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Before listen the book, like this video and hit the bell icon. Introduction. What is a highly effective person? A highly effective person is someone who has a good character. He is someone who has strong values. Have you ever experienced being in conflict with a relative or a workmate? Before trying to change others, you must start with yourself. Do you think you have qualities that you can improve? A highly effective person is also someone who has good relationship with other people. He maintains harmony with his family, relatives, friends, neighbors, and workmates. This good relationship can last for a long time. By listening this book, you will learn how to be a highly effective. When you have a good character, people would want to be near you. That is what makes 7 Habits of Highly Effective People an international bestseller. This book focuses on improving character. Remember that you must start from inside out. You must start with yourself first. So, are you ready to make the change? Are you ready to become a highly effective person today? Habit 1. To be proactive. What does it mean to be proactive? It means to be the in charge of your own life. The psychologist Viktor Frankl said that we cannot control what is happening around us, but we can control how we respond them. To be proactive means not being affected by the opinions or behavior of other people. When people say hurtful things, it is often that there is nothing wrong with you. It is just shows that there is something wrong with them. The negative things they say to you reflect their negative view of the world. To be proactive also means not being affected by the bad situations. The weather or the traffic may be bad, but still a proactive person is not affected. He may experience poverty or hardship, but still he can be happy. A proactive person does not complain, but instead keep on walking. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. What do you want most in life? To begin with the end in mind means that all your actions must be in line with your values, with your purpose. You must know your destination so that each step you take will towards it. The challenges of life make us forget what truly matters. For example, you need to provide for your children, but as you work hard and make a living, you forget to spend time with them. You forget that more than the material things, they need your love and support. If you truly value your children, show it to them each day. The way you speak and act towards them must reflect your love. The same goes with your parents and other people who mean so much to you. Begin with the end in mind means knowing what is really valuable to you. It can be your loved ones. It can also be the principles that you believe in. Imagine that you are building a house. Before getting tools, what you must do first is to plan everything. If you have kids, every space in the house must be child friendly. If you love to cook, you might want to upgrade the kitchen. Your blueprint must be clear before you make any move. If your house is not planned well, it will not be constructed properly. In the end, you will only spend more money doing repairs. Everything in life needs planning. That is how you begin with the end in mind. Think of what you will do first. Make sure it fits with your values. Habit 3. Put first things first. Put first things first is not only about time management, it is about self management. As a human, we are self aware. That makes us superior to all living things. We have the ability to evaluate ourselves, to know what we are doing wrong so we can change it. When we have many things to do, the best move is to set priorities. Some people have planners, others have to do lists and boards to remind them. But still, there are times when we are not able to accomplish our priority task. When you fail to meet your priorities, the problem is not lack of self discipline. The true reason is that you did not put that priority in your heart and mind. What makes it your priority? What it is important to you? Think about it. This will motivate you more. The challenge is not to manage time but to manage ourselves. Put first things first means following your priorities. It also means learning to say no. If you have many things to do, learn to say no to the tasks that are not part of your priority. Habit 4. Think win win. Think win win is a solution that benefits you and also the person you are interacting with. In any issue you have with your family and workmate, you must settle for a solution that is good for everyone. Win win is the best solution. If somebody wins and other loses, that will not foster a good and lasting relationship. Imagine that you have a disagreement with your colleague. What you must to do is to talk about the problem. Find a solution that is good for both of you. Do not let your colleague win over you. Do not make your colleague lose either. It must be balanced, both of you must win. In this way, you and your colleague will have cooperation. You can work as a team that is more effective than competing with each other. Now imagine that you are a boss. If you have a disagreement with one of your employees, it is logical that your employee would just let you win. Of course, he want to keep his job. As the boss, you will win the agreement. But in the long run, you will lose. That is because your employee will not be motivated. He will not be productive. It will be better to compromise. Win win doesn't only apply in the workplace, it is applicable to all kinds of relationship. Whether you have a disagreement with your partner, your children, your friend, your neighbor, it is better to think win win. You will find that there will be more love and trust in your relationships. Habit 5. Seeking first to understand, then to be understood. When was the last time someone shared to you their problems? Did you listen carefully? Did you understand what they feel before giving advice? Seek first to understand, then to be understood is about good communication. The best way to communicate with others is to first listen to what they are saying. Good listening is when you put yourself in that person's situation. You see the problem in the way that person does. You do not listen so that you have something to reply. You listen so that you will understand how that person feels. You listen so that you can give good advice and truly help that person. If you truly want to help a person, you must seek to understand them first. By doing so, you will gain their trust. They will find that you have no motives behind your actions. They would also begin to understand you. Habit 5. Synergize. Synergy means the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. If one person helps another, they will accomplish many things. If the members of a team cooperate each other, they will deliver amazing results. When there is a calamity like fire, typhoon, and earthquake, people synergize. They break down their worlds to help those in need. The calamity makes them forget their differences. People cooperate at once to survive. Synergy also means cooperation or collaboration. It also means working together or combined effort. Any group would benefit so much if there is synergy. The problem is, synergy doesn't happen every day. People find it hard to set aside their differences. Each one of us has a different point of view, a different way of thinking. We do not see the world as it is. We see the world based on our own interpretation. We must recognize that our view of the world is limited. We need the knowledge and experience of others. It is like an optical illusion. I may see a young lady, but you may see an old woman. Synergy is about cooperation. It is about appreciation. It is about appreciating our differences. Do not insist that you are right and the another person is wrong. Try to see the things in that person's perspective. It will increase your knowledge. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. To sharpen the saw means to sharpen your biggest asset, and that is your own self. You must renew yourself regularly. You must do it in all the aspects of your life, meaning physically, spiritually, mentally, socially, and emotionally. You can renew yourself physically by doing regular exercise. You can run, jog, and rapid walk every morning. If you do not have any form of exercise, you can start slow. Day by day, you will feel your body improve. The spirit needs to be renewed as well. There are times when you feel burned out. You may find inspiration by praying, listening to music, reading a book, or being with nature. It depends on you on what make your spirit feel renewed. Our social and emotional aspects are closely related with each other. This is because we derive our emotions from our social interactions. every day you have the opportunity to improve your relationship with other people. On thy neighbor's love, you can live a long and happy life if you are kind to others. In order to cut effectively, you must sharpen the saw. Likewise, in order to become a more effective person, you must take time to renew yourself. Conclusion. You learned 7 habits of highly effective people. Habit 1, 2, and 3 will help you improve your character. Habit 4, 5, and 6 will help you improve your relationships with other people. Lastly, habit 7 will help you keep these good qualities for life. Now you must try to apply what you have learned every day. So, friends, this is all about 7 habits of highly effective people. Hope you all like this. If you want to buy this book, you can click on the link given in the description box. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.